Hey everyone! It's been a while since I've posted like an actual video on my channel. I've kind of taken a I semi-quit YouTube back in April. I'll leave like a link in the description to a community post I made about it, if you want to read it. I haven't quit YouTube, but I'm just taking a bit of a break, not focusing on it 100%, but I figured I did a System of a Down collection video, and I did a Godzilla collection video, but I put it on my second channel because I figured no one was going to watch it. But I realized I haven't really done a video looking at my Sonic collection, and I figured you guys would want to see it. Like, as you could see, it's kind of a lot. But unlike my previous two videos, I'm going to show you the physical collection, which is all this right here, and I'm going to show you the digital collection, or at least as much of the digital collection I could show, like, you know, Steam, Xbox Live, and whatnot. But I'm going to start off with my physical collection, because it's the most obvious one to start with. Now, I tried to arrange everything in chronologic order, and I have a few things right here I could show off, but if I get something wrong, you can definitely leave in the comments and say, wow, Cooper, you fucked up, that game doesn't go there, that game came out before, and whatever. So, it's kind of a lot, but we're gonna start at the top, obviously. Now, the first game is the first game, Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. Pretty iconic, great game, one of my personal favorites. I know a lot of people don't like it because the pacing's a bit weird. Like, you got Green Hill, which is the best level in the game, it's so perfectly well designed, and then the rest of the levels are kind of hit and miss, and except Starlight Zone, that's my personal favorite, but Green Hill's definitely the technical best one. I really like this one. There's a lot of not-for-resale versions available because it was packed in with the Genesis, so this ended up becoming the best-selling Sonic game ever with 15 million copies. But I specifically tracked down like a normal, like, just black label, and show off the cartridge. It's also not for resale, so yeah, I wanted like a clean, good copy of Sonic 1. And obviously, digitally, I own like at least a dozen copies of this game. I love this game so much. It's one of the most ported video games probably ever. Just look at the Sonic Fan Wiki and you'll find it. Speaking of most ported, Sonic 2, which is probably the second most ported Sonic game. Sonic 2 is obviously very iconic. I did a re-review of this back in January along with the first game. If you haven't seen those, definitely check them out on Coop's Reviews. The Sonic Marathon, which is currently paused, but not sure when it'll come back. But Sonic 2, again, great game, and I also tried to track down like a copy that wasn't not for resale, because not for resale copies of Sonic 2 are also common. I think those were also from I think they packed in Sonic 2 with the Genesis, but it didn't sell as well as the first game did. This one only sold like 5 to 6 million. And showing off the cartridge again. See, not for resale. It's a genuine normal copy of Sonic 2. And then the American developed Sonic Spinball. Really short game, really difficult. I haven't beaten it yet. I probably won't beat it unless like one day I want to sit down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna beat Sonic Spinball. And yeah, it's a good game. It's just weird. And then Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I got this one just to finish collecting all the main Genesis Sonic games, because fuck it, why not? It's alright. It's basically Puyo Puyo, but Robotnik theme. It's obviously American-made because they used the American design for Robotnik instead of Eggman. And of course, part 1 of my personal favorite Sonic game of all time, Sonic 3. It's a good game on its own, though it comes off very unfinished and rushed. And that's because you're supposed to connect this to Sonic and Knuckles, and then you get the full complete experience of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I guess I should bring up Sonic Origins. That collection coming out, I'm very concerned about it in the sense that we barely know anything about it. And I think Azuka said he wanted Origins to come out before the second Sonic movie comes out. And the second Sonic movie comes out in fucking April, so I'm hoping we get more information about Origins, and specifically, we get information that Christian Whitehead and Stealth are at least attached to it, because If they just announce that, I fully trust this. But so far I'm a bit nervous about Sonic Origins. I hope, because they did confirm they are giving us the Whitehead ports of Sonic 1, 2, and CD. I don't have a physical CD, well, not the Sega CD version, but you know. But hopefully they use the Whitehead ports of Sonic 1, 2 CD, which they already confirmed, basically. And for Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, they're proper remasters. So, looking forward to Origins. I just wish we had more information about it. Now this one is interesting. It's the Sonic Classics Genesis Collection. It contains Sonic 1, Mean Bean Machine, which is in the middle for some reason, and Sonic 2. It's all the games on one cartridge. All three of these games on one cartridge. It's pretty cool, and it makes me wonder, maybe they released this as to kind of show that we could put multiple games on one cartridge. Because this came out pretty late, I think like 96, 97 or something like that. And I think they were planning on doing like a Sonic 3 Plus, I think it was called. And it was basically going to be Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, but they were going to be on the same cartridge, kind of like what this one did. But they canceled at some point down the line. Not sure why. It would have been interesting to see Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles officially put on one cartridge by Sega. But oh well. Oh wait. Gotta get all three of these. One sec. Alright. Okay. Sonic 3D Blast. The Genesis version, the Saturn version, and the PC version. This is a Jack in the Box exclusive, so it's in a little paper sleeve. I guess Jack in the Box was doing a promotion to just give the game out. It's like, I guess, a toy, like a Happy Meal, but Jackbox, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah. Genesis version has the best soundtrack ever. This was when Jun Senoue, don't know how to say his name, terribly sorry, who was also attached to Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles soundtracks. This is whenever he got, like, to be a main composer, instead of just doing, like, a few themes in Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles. But, yeah, Jun made a great soundtrack. This has the best soundtrack. But, Saturn and, well, both of these have similar graphics. I think the Saturn and PC versions have the best graphics, but Saturn has the best special stages, which if you know what the special stages look like, you know what I'm talking about. The special stages in the Saturn version are so amazing and good. It kind of makes me wish that, I don't know. The Saturn version is probably the technically best version. I think that, like, a Sonic 3D Blast Definitive Edition could come out, where it gives you the option to use the Genesis or Saturn graphics. You get the Saturn special stages, if that's possible to port over, and maybe have like an option to switch between soundtracks. I think that would be cool. Also, there was John Burden, who was the CEO, I think, of Traveler's Tales, who made these games. He did like his own like ROM hack called the Director's Cut, which improved the controls and offered a few other things. Maybe they could put that on like in that version too. Like the definitive edition. I don't know. 3D Blast is a fine game. It's a bit rough in a lot of areas, but it does deserve credit for technically putting the series into 3D. Kind of fucked that up, but yeah, did its best. Now this one is Sonic CD's original PC version from 96, I think. It's probably right there somewhere. I missed it. Decent port, not the best version. It has a few issues, but it's fine. Now, Sonic Jam! This is a 1997 collection for the Sega Saturn. I have the Japanese version because the Japanese Saturn games are more cheaper, though a bit expensive, compared to, they're cheaper than the American, like, versions of these games. Like, used copies of Sonic Jam American I saw on eBay for like $80, and I'm just like, well, not getting that. But I have a Saturn that's modded, and I have a Japanese Saturn that's modded, so it plays both American and Japanese games, any region really. But Sonic Jam's a pretty cool collection. It has like the Sonic World that we're all familiar with, which was apparently a prototype for Sonic Adventure, we later found out. And yeah, great collection. Has a lot of fun little commercials and stuff too that I recommend looking into. And then of course Sonic R, the original Saturn version, which has unique graphics compared to all the other versions, mainly because it was the Sega Saturn. And obviously, the Gems Collection version is the PC version, but modified a bit more. I don't have the PC version of R, but the PC version has been like modded recently, so there's a decent modding community for that version of R. But the original Saturn version is pretty cool. Someone even did a mod to like restore the Saturn like lighting and shit. So it's pretty neat. I like Sonic R a lot. Sonic R is a great, pretty underrated gem. And also, this is a unique game where, same with 3D Blast, where if you put this in a CD player, you can listen to the soundtrack on its own. You could even rip it, so you can get like the Sonic R and 3D Blast soundtracks in decent quality if you just have physical games. It's pretty cool. And this is the infamous Sonic and Knuckles collection. It has Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But the thing is, it changed the music for Ice Cap, Launch Base, and Carnival Night. And people thought that the music that they changed it to was unique songs that were made for, like, this port. But it was later discovered in the prototype that it was actually using the original prototype music, which is very interesting, and it makes me wonder if when Sonic Origins comes out, are they going to use the original, like, prototype music, or are they going to be able to, like, pay off Brad Buxer and whoever else to use, like, the official final game soundtrack? It's a bit concerning. Though the Genesis renditions of the prototype music sound way better than what's on this, they, like, synthesize the music, and it's meaty. They meatified the music, and it sounds kind of, not too great. But, yeah, not, obviously, this isn't the version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles I go back to. Oh boy, here we are. The gem itself. My Sonic Underground DVDs. This is the entire series. And, they come with exclusive soundtrack CDs. This is the original Shout Factory DVDs, so they have official soundtrack CDs. Both have 8 tracks each. And I feel like they probably could have fit more on the CDs, but, they only did 8. Not sure why. But, yeah, Sonic Underground's a fucking weird-ass show, man. It's, I recommend watching it to any Sonic fan. But, expect, like, the craziest, stupidest shit. And, you should have a good time. Okay. Here we are. We're at Sonic Adventure. And it's autographed by Ryan Drummond himself. I, love Sonic Adventure. It's probably my favorite 3D Sonic game in the sense of it promised a lot, it had so much potential, it set up a lot for 3D Sonic to keep building upon, but they didn't really follow up on properly. But I love this game, and of course I got Ryan to sign it because I went to Sonic Revolution 2019, and he signed a few other games that I'll get to in a bit. But yeah, Sonic Adventure, I love it. And I'm really happy Ryan signed it. He was very nice to me. And, yeah. Okay. Oh. Sonic Shuffle. Now, it's a decent Mario Party clone, kind of. I don't like the way they set up how you roll the die and stuff. No, I'm sorry. I don't like the way they set up how the board game works. I guess they realized, oh, we can't just make this a Mario Party clone. We have to do unique things, so you have to select cards to move, and you have to land on minigame spaces. But it's kind of it's okay, all things considered. It's definitely more fun if you play with 4 people instead of by yourself, definitely. Also, unlocking characters is a bit of a hassle to do, but you just have to have the patience for it, I guess. But this one's not autographed by Ryan because I actually got this sometime after Sonic Revolution, and I was gonna go to Sonic Revolution 2020 and have him sign it then, but of course, coronavirus got in the way and we couldn't have a convention during that time because it would have been dangerous. But yeah, hopefully someday I'll get Ryan to sign it along with Sonic Adventure. And of course, gotta put that back in. Of course, Sonic Adventure 2. This was kind of a pretty pricey game to come by on Dreamcast. It cost me like $50. But of course, Ryan signed it. Adventure 2 is a fantastic game. I 100%ed this game on Dreamcast because am insane. I also did it for Adventure 1, even though for Adventure 1 you don't even get anything. But Adventure 2 is a great game. Definitely the end of an era. It was the last main title Sonic game to be released on a Sega console. Until they went third party, and Adventure 2 was eventually ported on GameCube. But good game. It's very flawed, but I still really, really like it. And I'm happy Ryan signed it. And of course, gonna look at these two, because they're essentially the same, from the same thing. The Sega Smash Pack Volume 1, which I looked at briefly in my Sonic 1 re-review from January of this year. This game kind of stinks. This is a really horrible collection of poorly emulated, like, Genesis games. I got it for collector's sake and to show off in my review. Obviously, there's a glare, sorry. But, no good. Don't get this if you're looking for a genuinely good way to play all these games. Really bad. But this is the Sega Smash Pack on Game Boy Advance, which has, I think, Echo the Dolphin, Altered Beast. I could be wrong about that. And Sonic Spinball. It's a decent version. Obviously not the best version. The options music is taken out of this version. Probably should have mentioned that. Spinball has fucking an abysmal options theme. Like, it's horrible. But on this version they took it out, and they also took out the music in a lot of other levels. So, not the best version of Spinball, really. But, it's an interesting piece of history. Alright, now we go to the third row. Sonic Adventure DX, the Prima's official strategy guide, and the GameCube version. Now, interestingly enough, I did have this game before I went to Sonic Revolution 2019, but I didn't take it with me, because I don't know, I wanted Ryan to sign the original Dreamcast version, and I figured, well, if I go again next year, I'll have him sign it then, but of course, Sonic Revolution got cancelled because of COVID. But next time I see Ryan, I'll definitely have him sign this, and not sure if I'll have him sign the Prima strategy guide, but this thing is pretty interesting. Like, has neat stuff. This is a tiny version, as you can see. Like, usually Prima strategy guides are bigger, but this one's tinier for some reason. I don't know. Of course, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. This was the first Sonic, one of the first Sonic games to get ported on a Nintendo console. This was released alongside, I think, Sonic Advance in both America and the US and Japan. Decent port, amazing multiplayer. This improves the multiplayer immensely and adds a few other fixes that are nice. I'd say the best console version to get, especially since the Dreamcast version's a bit expensive. This one's actually, these two, pretty much all the GameCube games, they're getting a bit pricey because I guess GameCube stock is up right now or something like that. So now a bunch of GameCube games are super pricey now, which is bullshit. But yeah, got Ryan to sign it because I figured why not. And of course, right next to it is Sonic Heroes, my GameCube version signed by Ryan, the best version of the game. And this is the PAL version. This is the PAL version of Sonic Heroes. The reason why I have this is because there's a glitch, or really not a glitch, but a bug with this version that they overlooked. Obviously PAL games, they run in 50 Hz a lot of the time. But for Sonic Heroes, it gives you the option to run the game in 60 Hz. But whenever you run the game, whenever you choose the option to run in 60 Hz, the game doesn't run in 60 Hz. It takes the 50 Hz version and just speeds it up to 60 Hz. So the game is 20% faster on the GameCube PAL version, and it's only the GameCube PAL version that has this issue. Like, I don't think the Xbox PAL version, and especially the PS2 PAL version, don't have that issue. So, if you're gonna speedrun Sonic Heroes, I recommend getting the PAL version, and if you can access the 60 Hz option, use that because it's much faster. It's the most noticeable whenever you play the game, like, in the grind levels, like, I forgot the levels, I'm a fake fan, I'm sorry. But the grinding levels in Sonic Heroes, you could definitely notice them on the PAL version, that it's 20% faster, and it's pretty funny. Even the in-game cutscenes are desynced. Not the pre-rendered cutscenes, those are just fine. But the in-game cutscenes with the characters talking are a bit desynced, which is kind of funny. And, moving on, but that's the best version if you want to speedrun, but best version if you want, like, the most optimized experience. And, the Xbox version. it's very unique. It's a decent version, and I wish it was backwards compatible on Xbox Series X, but it might be a bit too late for that, because I think they closed off backwards compatibility. I hope they changed their mind about that. But this is a decent version, probably the second best version behind GameCube, because it has the best FMVs. The FMVs on the Xbox version are slightly better resolution, so they're a lot sharper, and they just look great. And right here is the PC version, which is kind of hard to find nowadays, especially physically. It's the best version in the sense that you can mod it to be better. Like, the vanilla PC version is probably the third best version, if I'm being honest. It has a few bugs where the most obvious bug is it seems to only be fixed on the console version, specifically the GameCube version, where loops have a speed cap on them so that you don't go way too fast to where you clip off them. But on the PC version, they kind of forgot to patch that in, which is kind of a shame. I'm not sure if a fan was able to fix that or not, but and also the FMVs they're using the compressed FMVs that are on the GameCube and PS2 versions, as opposed to using the higher res ones that are on Xbox. But someone did do a mod to like put the Xbox FMVs on the PC version, so you can install that. I think also someone probably did rip the ISOs for this game. It's like 3 CDs, so you could probably just track it down digitally and get it like that. But yeah, best version by all means. Best version to speedrun with. Best version if you want the best FMVs, and best version if you want to mod it and play it in HD. Because we don't have an HD version of Sonic Heroes yet, for some reason. Hope if we get one soon, it won't be a horrendous piece of shit like Color's Ultimate was. And of course I have a Prima strategy guide for Sonic Heroes, and yeah, not much to say about it. It's pretty cool, just like the other Prima strategy guide I got for Adventure. I want to get one for, I know they have one for Adventure 2 on Dreamcast, but that one's a bit hard to find. But I'll keep an eye on it. And of course here's the collections, essentially. The original GameCube version of Mega Collection, which has the best extras. It has like the Sonic CD cutscenes and whatnot. It's pretty neat. I used like cheats to get everything because it's a collection, we give a shit. But yeah, pretty good. And the Xbox version, which is decent, but it got rid of a lot of the bonus content that you can unlock in the GameCube version, which kind of stinks, but apart from that, decent port. I'm glad it came to other consoles apart from GameCube, so people have access to like all these games. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. There was a PC version of this game, but it's not amazing, but if you could find it, definitely get it, because it's hard to find. And of course, Gems Collection, which this was the first time I played games like Sonic R and Sonic the Fighters. Well, actually that's not true, but this was the first time I played Sonic R. Sonic CD, obviously, the Whitehead port, which is the best version ever. And Fighters, which got an HD port out of nowhere. And, yeah, Gems Collection's a decent port, decent collection. I do wish that Knuckles Chaotix could have made it on here, because they did plan to put that one on here, but they unfortunately had to cut it because the emulation was getting a bit tricky to figure out. But that's another game I hope gets like ported at some point. Knuckles Chaotix, man, not a great game, but I do think it needs like a second chance, or at least Whitehead wanted to do like a remaster of it like he did for Sonic CD. Maybe at some point he can do that. Maybe Sonic Origins will have it. Let's just have to wait and see, I guess. Now this right here are the Game Boy Advance games. I have Sonic Advance, Advance 2, 2 copies of Battle, 1 signed, Pinball Party, Sonic Advance 3, also signed by Ryan Drummond, like Battle, and 2 copies of Sonic Genesis. I can explain. Now, I also have the box, but I got the box like after I went to Sonic Revolution. And I'm planning on having Ryan sign this in the future too, like he did with the cartridge. But the reason I have 2 copies of Battle was because this is the copy I live stream. I did live streams of Sonic Battle in the past. You could look for them in the live stream playlists. But that's the version I use for live streaming. This is an extra copy I got for the review I wanted to do for the Sonic Marathon. The reason I got another copy is because Sonic Battle doesn't have multiple save files, which kind of stinks. So if you want to restart the game, you have to erase everything. And I didn't want to do that for my live stream copy and signed copy. So I got like a review copy in case I needed it, which I'm pretty sure I did. Now the reason I have 2 copies of Sonic Genesis, the first copy, let me see. Yeah, okay, so this copy I got off eBay. I won an auction for it for 99 cents and $5 shipping, but I won this copy for 99 cents. And this other copy I got from a friend in high school because he brought me his Game Boy Advance collection, and he showed me he had Sonic Genesis, and he knew I was a huge Sonic fan, that's why he brought it. But when I saw it, I knew what it was, because obviously. And I told him, why the fuck do you have this game? And he said, I don't know, I don't really play it that much, it barely ever boots up, which it does. It doesn't boot up as often. And he told me, but even when I get it to boot up, it runs like garbage, and I don't like it. And I explained to him, oh no, that's not a faulty thing with your copy, that's just how the port is. Sonic Genesis is the worst version of Sonic 1 probably ever. It's horrible. I still have that proposal I want to see. I want to see someone maybe try to do a shitty port of Sonic 2 on GBA, like, as bad as this one was, if that's possible. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be fun to see, somewhere down the line. But, yeah, that's why I have 2 copies of Genesis. I got it from a friend in high school. So, yeah, thank you to that friend. Glad I got that off his, shoulders. Okay, continuing on. Shadow the Hedgehog on Xbox. I used to have this game on GameCube, but if you remember my original Shadow review, which I'm not too fond of anymore, being honest, at the end of that review, I literally threw it in the garbage because I thought it would be funny. And, I eventually bought the game again on Xbox, original Xbox, because this was the original version I played and rented back in, I want to say 2007, 2008. And just like Sonic Heroes on Xbox, like I mentioned earlier, this version has higher quality FMVs, which is pretty neat. Not much to say about it. I like the idea of doing 10 different endings, but I wish the game's levels were a bit more fun to play in. And I also hate that it has a true ending or something like that. That basically erases all 10 other endings as basically saying, like, yeah, you wasted your fucking time with all those other endings. Here's the actual ending. It's like, why'd you bother? Fuck you, Shadow. The game's really boring. I don't like the soundtrack too much. Some of the vocal themes are pretty good, but apart from that, not too great. Now, Sonic Riders on PC. Now, if you're a huge Sonic dork, you know the PC version of Sonic Riders is kind of difficult to find, and you may be thinking, oh wow, $20, that would have been funny. I wonder what you bought this off eBay for. Now, the funny thing is, this is exactly the amount of money I paid for it. And some of you may be thinking, what? This is like a super rare version. This isn't the best version of Sonic Riders, by the way. It has a few bugs, some of the graphics and the cutscenes are a bit fucked. Like, the character's eyes don't animate, which is weird. I'm sure mods could probably make it the best version, but I don't think fans are really super into modding this version. Especially since that Grand Prix mod that people are doing, like the online Grand Prix thing, I think it's called, they're using the GameCube version emulated on Dolphin, because that's, well, the best version. But the PC version is super rare to find, and the way I found it on eBay is really funny. I was just looking up Sonic games on eBay, and someone listed Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega Genesis, 1991, I think, something like that. And it just sounded like a listing. It sounds like a listing for, you know, the original. But it was a listing for this, for $20 fucking. So I guess the seller made, like, a huge mistake and didn't realize what he had. So I got this super rare PC copy of Sonic Riders for $20 fucking. That's fucking crazy, huh? And I played it a few times. It's not the best version of Riders, I'll admit. I'll probably get the GameCube and other console versions in the future. Not too much in a rush in it, but I am happy at least I own the most rare version of the game. Out of a stupid listing on eBay, because the seller made a mistake or something like that. Speaking of mistakes, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. This is the 360 version, which is the best version. to a point. And, yeah, not much to say about it. Not a huge fan of my review of this anymore, but, yeah. I have both versions, the Xbox, there's the glare, and PS3 versions. This is the version I used in the original Cooper's Perspective review. But for the Coops review that I planned on doing at some point in the future, I wanted to use this version. Because, 60 frame a second cutscenes, and also, it's the original Sonic 06 version, well, the Platinum Hits edition. Because, yeah, this game was a success enough to be a Platinum family hit. Just like Sonic Heroes. Wow. I do kind of wish this was made backwards compatible for Xbox One and Series X, like the Xbox versions of Shadow and Heroes, because I think it'd be funny to see this game run at a decent frame rate at least. It'd still be like buggy and stuff, it's still unfinished and not very polished, but at least the frame rate would be fixed. And also, the loading screens, could you imagine what the fucking loading screens, how fast they would be? Like, they probably would just zoom by that fast. That'd be crazy. And of course, oh wait, I should probably switch these two, if I'm being honest. Okay. Sonic and the Secret Rings. And, hot take moment, I had more fun playing this game than I did Sonic Colors. Yeah. There's my hot take for y'all. The motion controls are a bit wonky, and, the story's okay, but, kind of a meh, Wii game, if I'm being honest. If I review it at some point in the future, I'll definitely delve more into it, but, yeah, Secret Rings. And, of course, the one I did make a review on, which was like a 5-minute review, because it's so simple. Sonic X on Leapster, and I made a mistake in my review, that I said this was probably the first game to have the 4Kids actors voice in a Sonic game, because I thought this came out in 2005, but I think if I look on the back or something like that, yeah, here it is, 2007. This was 2 years after Shadow the Hedgehog, so I fucked up horribly. Feel free to go to my review of this game and lambaste me for getting that wrong, that factoid wrong. Of course, here we are, my Valentine for the past 3 or so years. 4 to 3 years. Sonic Unleashed on PS2, Wii, Xbox, and just recently made the best version, the 360 version. I haven't played the PS2 version. I've played the Wii version at least until the end, but I haven't beaten it yet because the final boss is kind of annoying. PS3 version I platinumed, and the 360 version I got every achievement. And Unleashed is an amazing game. If I ever re-review it in the future, I think the re-review would probably be longer than the original review, which is kind of crazy because the original review on Cooper's Perspective is nearly 2 hours. But part of the reason why was because I looked at, well, specifically these two versions, because those were the only two versions I had at the time. But now I have all 4 versions. I still need a PS2 to play this, but yeah, if whenever I re-review Unleashed in the distant future at some point, I'm obviously going to be using the 360 version. And if you're somehow not aware, the 360 version this month got an FPS boost on the Series X. So now the game can run at a flawless 60 frames a second, and it's now the best version of Sonic Unleashed. It's amazing, and obviously, greatness is earned. Greatness is earned. Sorry, I can't talk. But yeah, I love Sonic Unleashed, and I'm so happy that I could play it to its fullest potential now on Series X, which I do have. And, yeah. Okay, next up is Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. What's funny is that in Europe and other places, they just call it the Ultimate Mega Drive Collection or something like that. But for America, they specifically had to put Sonic on the fucking cover, just so, like, idiot Americans can, like, see, oh, it's Sega Genesis, Sonic was on that. I guess I'll get this. And, this version is, this collection ain't too great, because this was obviously handled by Backbone, because they were the ones doing all the ports at the time for some reason. And 2 major fuck-ups happened with this port. Now, first off is on the cover. Well, the back of it. It has a screenshot from Sonic 3, but it says Sonic 2. Hope someone got fired for that blunder. Now in HD, that's not true. But it does not. It has Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, but it does not have Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You can't combine the two. So you're kind of forced to play 3 and Knuckles on their own, which is not the ideal way to play those games, obviously. And someone at Backbone said that the reason why was because they couldn't fit Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the collection, because they would have had to sacrifice other games they wanted to put here, because it has a few arcade ports and whatnot on it. But like a Sonic 3 and Knuckles ROM is like 4 megabytes or something like that. They easily could have put this on a fucking Blu-ray disc. And if you're gonna say, oh, what about the Xbox 360 version? That thing definitely could have fit a 4 megabyte Genesis ROM for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, that's bullshit. They should have patched it in at some point, but they never did. Not a great port, but it's whatever. I barely ever play this collection because Backbone's ports aren't too great. And there are better ways to play all the games on this collection, I'm sure. I'm sure even the recent Genesis collection that's on everything has better ports of all these games, probably. So, yeah, nice try. Okay, now we're on the second to last row. Sonic and the Black Knight. This one is pretty okay. I think it got a bit lambasted in reviews and stuff, but that was during a time when everyone was shitting on Sonic for basically anything. Like, even Unleashed got a pretty massacred with its reviews. Some Unleashed reviews got, like, lower scores than Sonic 06, which is weird. But, Sonic and the Black Knight it's okay. My biggest flaw with the game, I'd say, is it's a bit short, but at the same time, not the biggest fan of the motion controls, but it's not, like, horrible. It's better than Sonic and the Secret Rings, but, yeah. It'd be interesting if they brought back the Storybook series. And also, this was Shiro Mikawa-san's last Sonic game he ever wrote for. He wrote everything from the Adventure era up to Heroes. But this was the last one he ended it with. And, I hope he comes back at some point, because I haven't been the biggest fan of the way Sonic's been written in 2010s, which we're about to get to. But yeah, I think he was my favorite writer. He understood the games the best. And the lady who wrote, I think, Sonic Unleashed, the person who wrote Sonic Unleashed, whoever they were good too. I wish they'd come back too. But, yeah, Sonic and the Black Knight. Decent game, not that bad. Not sure if they'd ever port it. That'd be a bit weird. But, I guess we'll see. Or hopefully they won't port it along with Secret Rings, so they'd probably fuck it up somehow. Sonic Free Riders. Okay. I'm gonna be totally blunt with you guys. This is one of the worst video games I think I have ever played. This is the worst Sonic game I have ever played, because say what you will about all these other games, especially Secret Rings. At least these games make you let you use a controller. This game is unfucking playable. This is horrible. And the soundtrack is decent, I guess, but this was also the turning point of the series where everything started going downhill, like up to this point, probably, in terms of story, not gameplay. Gameplay's a bit mixed. But story-wise, this was whenever it took that meta turn, the meta era, I think people call it. And, yeah, it's a piece of shit Kinect game. It barely works. I was in a call in my friend Emmy Jones' server, and a bunch of my friends watched me on webcam try to play this game, and it was fucking horrible. This is one of the worst Sonic game I have ever fucking played, and I don't want to hear anyone say Secret Rings is the worst, because it's not. I had more fun with Secret Rings. I especially had more fun with Secret Rings than Colors and this piece of shit. If I ever look at the Sonic Riders games, oh yeah, I don't have Zero Gravity, I'll definitely try to get it in the future, but if I ever look at the Sonic Riders games, this game is gonna get a fucking thrashing. God. Because Riders is decent, Zero Gravity has some improvements, but I hear it's not as good as the first. But this game killed the fucking Sonic Riders series. There has not been a Sonic Riders game in over 10 years at this point, and it's all this game's fault. Fuck you, Sonic Free Riders. Worst Sonic game I've ever played, the worst game in the series. I don't want to hear anyone tell me it's not, because it is. And Sonic Colors, the best version of Sonic Colors, because Ultimate kind of failed in a lot of areas. But the original version, it's a fine, decent game. not a fan of my review from 4 years ago. If I re-review it, I'll definitely be less harsh on it. But Colors is not one of my personal favorites, but it's a solid, decent game. I understand why it has fans, but I don't go back to this one too often. And it's whatever. Now, Sonic Generations on PS3. I got this for Christmas back in, I think, 2012? No, 2013. Decent version of the game. I guess I'd say the Xbox 360 version is technically the best because it got the FPS boost. But if you've played that for yourself, you notice like a few weird bugs happen when you force the game into 30 frames that were also present in the PC version. So I think Sega should probably patch Generations on 360 because it desperately needs it. Because if they just patch it, that's probably the best console version of Generations. But I guess for now, Generations, great game. I hate my review on it from, what was it, 2017? Yeah. That's probably the worst review I've ever made. I hate it so much. Because Generations is a good game, and I was way too harsh on it. So, if you guys hated my Generations review, I'm sorry. And another review I hate, but a game that's kind of to me now. Sonic Lost World, the Deadly 6 Bonus Edition. I think I brought up in the review that this comes with download codes for a few DLC stuff. Some of them are exclusive to Wii U because of licensing issues, obviously. No, this one comes with the Knights DLC, which is the only one on Steam and stuff. But when I got this, I checked the codes and they still worked, even though they were supposed to expire back in 2013 or something like that. But it's a decent game, but it's not a good Sonic game, if I'm being honest. Whatever. I found it weird that this got ported to PC. Like, it's only on PC, but it's not on any other console, which is confusing, but whatever. Okay, right next to Sonic Lost World is the only Sonic Boom DVD I have. This is the only Sonic Boom merchandise I have, too. I don't even have some Rise of Lyric, at least not yet. But Sonic Boom Robot Uprising. The only reason I have this is because on the bonus features, my friend Emmy Jones, Emu Emmy, she did this Sonic Monopoly video with a few people, and they put that video. It's on the main Sega channel, the Sonic the Hedgehog channel, I should say. But they also included it as a bonus feature on this DVD, and that's the only reason I bought this DVD. I'm not a fan of Sonic Boom personally. The sense of humor is not really for me, and this is such a weird point in the franchise's history. This is one of the weirdest moments in the 2010s of Sonic, the meta era. So, yeah, not a fan of the show, not a fan of the game from what I've seen. I haven't played any of the Boom games at this point. But, whatever. I only have this DVD because my friend Emmy's on it. So, that's it. Alright, this is basically the Sonic Mania collection. This is the Art of Sonic Mania, which I got from the PS4 version, which has a reversible Genesis cover, even though I personally feel like this would probably be either Saturn or Sega CD, but whatever. This is the art book, where you see a bunch of stuff. Pretty cool. PS4 version, whatever. This is the Xbox version of, well, yeah, this is Mania Plus, but this is just Sonic Mania. It doesn't come with Plus. They just released it without the Plus DLC, so you have to buy it still. And, it's a bit weird. But, this is the Switch version. This is the, Deluxe Edition, I think it was called, of the Switch version. And, this is obviously, oh yeah, I had to get it from Japan, because it was Japan exclusive. So the cover art is, it looks like all cool and cartoony, kind of like the Saturn covers, and the Genesis covers, too, I just realized. But yeah, it's supposed to look a bit like the old school covers from the 90s. And it's pretty cool. And this is the huge box. The reason it comes in a huge box like this is because of the physical CD soundtrack. I think this is the only physical CD soundtrack for Sonic games that I have right now. And I'm glad it's Mania, because I love Mania soundtrack. Like, the first one is the reimagined versions. The only remixes they don't have are the Green Hill and Chemical Plant remixes, and Oil Ocean remixes, probably for copyright reasons, because Sega doesn't own those songs legally. And the original song, so disc 2 is definitely the best part of the soundtrack. Mania is a really great fan effort. I like that Whitehead and the others got the opportunity to make an official Sonic game. If we get a Mania sequel at some point, I hope that they do fully original levels. Like, no rehashes or anything like that. I don't know. I do hope they take advantage of how great a Mania 2 could be. Now, one last thing I want to show off, and my copy of Sonic Mania Plus on Switch is that it could perfectly fit an instruction manual in it, but Switches don't have instruction manuals. But here's one thing I do have. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's the introduction manual. I forget where they were handing these out at, but they were only given to certain fans who went to a certain event. But my friend Emmy was at the event, and she ended up getting a bunch of copies of it, and when I was visiting her back in, I think, 2020, I was talking about the introduction manual, and she went to her room and she grabbed me a copy, and she said, "Here you go," and I was like, "What?" And yeah, Emmy just gave me one, which is very nice of her to do that. And as you can see, it could perfectly fit. It perfectly, like, fits in the Switch version, which I thought was cool. So, thank you, Emmy, for this. At some point, I want to get, like, the collector's edition statue, which comes with the cartridge, and I want to get, like, a mock-up Genesis case for Mania, and just put all those together in a nice little package. So, yeah, for now, it's firmly fitting in my Switch version of Mania. So, thanks again, Emmy, for that rare piece of memorabilia. And, yeah, that's Sonic Mania. Go out and play it. Even though I feel like there should have been a price drop for it recently, because $20 is kind of much for the game, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm not one to talk, because I own all the console versions and the PC version, obviously, which I'll get to when I look at digital stuff, but yeah, Sonic Mania. Go out and get it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, Sonic Forces. Oh man, what a fucking mess. This is the Switch version that I used for my review, which not too happy about, but it was the only version I had access to. I didn't have an Xbox One or working PS4 at the time, so I had to use the Switch version. Worst version, obviously, console version wise. I have the PS4 version digitally, and I also have the PC version, but physically I only have these two versions. Obviously the Xbox One version, probably the best version to play on console, but still, Forces is a weird, mediocre time of a game. Not really one of the greatest Sonic games ever, and apologies to all the 6-year-olds watching who played Sonic Forces for the first time, and you'll have like memories forever about, this was my first Sonic game, and it means a lot to me, and fuck all those people who hate it because they're classic fans. Hope you enjoy it. I have nothing else to say. I did want to give a second look at Sonic Forces, like a more in-depth look, but I'll obviously use like a better version, not the Switch version, but I'll probably just stick to using this version, because it'll be easier to record on my end. But yeah, Sonic Forces, whatever. Kind of a contrast going from one of my favorites to one of my least favorites. But I mean, that's what it was like being a Sonic fan in 2017. It was just a bit weird. Alright. Team Sonic Racing. This is the version I used for my review. But I have all the other console versions and the PC version now. But I have those digitally, which I'll get to later. But Team Sonic Racing, decent. It's a decent game. The Switch port's not terrible. And I don't plan on re-reviewing it because I don't see a point to. It was a simple little racing game. Though that is part of its detriment. It doesn't have a lot of long-lasting content. It should have had more to it. And, you know, I hate mentioning these guys because of recent events. But even with Crash Team Racing, they still added new content and stuff to it to keep the game alive. Obviously, you know, fuck Activision and all those people, they should fix their shit. But Team Sonic Racing really could have used more extra content. to keep the game's online life alive. I remember I was on a call with friends like a few months ago, and I just got the PC version on Steam, and I was just like, hey, I'm gonna play the PC version, and they were just like, have fun. I went online, and there was barely anyone playing, so the online community for this game's kind of dead, which is sad, being honest. But it's a decent game, but just could have used more support, basically. That's all I gotta say. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, starring Jim Carrey and Ben Schwartz as Sonic, even though he's not on the cover. Yeah, the cover makes it look like James Marsden's voicing Sonic, but that's not true at all. Decent family movie, an okay Sonic movie, better characterization than the recent games, but still not great. And, yeah, it's decent. If I ever review the movie at some point, I'll delve more into why. I think it's just alright. But for now, it's just, it's whatever. Okay. Now, these last two are ROM hacks that were put on a Genesis cartridge, and these actually work on a Sega Genesis. And this is Sonic Classic Heroes, a very, lack of better words, classic game. This is one of the best ROM hacks I think I've ever played. You basically, it's like Sonic Heroes, but you're controlling like all three of them, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And it's pretty cool. You can even use the multiplayer multi-tap adapter to do 3-player at the same time. And that's pretty cool. The one thing that's kind of funny is I bought this case off eBay. It's for the Sega Genesis, but the seller I got it from on eBay, he used a Mega Drive cover art for the cart. So it kind of contrasts, and yeah, it's a decent, fun little ROM hack. And probably my favorite ROM hack of all time, probably the best version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, until Sonic 3 Air came out recently. Sonic 3 Complete, a great ROM hack. Cybershell did a great video talking about this, but even he's just like, yeah, Sonic 3 Air is way better than this. But this is a decent little ROM hack, and obviously it's on a physical cartridge. And it's kind of heavy compared to other cartridges because they have to fit so much onto it. But yeah, this is the best version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. If you want an authentic Sega Genesis experience, I recommend getting this. Though this costed me like $80 to $70 because I had to buy it off Etsy from some guy. And this is more of an example of, if you remember the Sonic Classics Collection, where they fit those 3 games onto one cart. I feel like Sonic 3 Plus, I think it was called, if that came out, it would have been something like this. Just Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles on one cartridge. And probably would have been expensive as shit, but it would have been interesting. This is basically Sonic 3 Plus realized as Sonic 3 Complete. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And I guess the last few things I'll show off. This is a Dark Chow I got from Sonic Rev 2019, which was where I got Ryan to sign these games. And he's cute. Oh yeah, this is the little, I used to have the Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles Resource figures, which are pricey nowadays. This is the little stand that came with Sonic. I was gonna get Ryan to sign it, but I wasn't sure where exactly he could sign it. Maybe if I see him again, he'll find a place. But I used to have the Sonic figure that went with it, but Paco, bless his heart, he knocked it over like a shelf I kept it on and it fucking broke, so I had no choice but to get rid of it. But I still have the little plate. The only Resource figure I have now is this big boy, at the 11-inch, I think it was, Sonic the Hedgehog, which Ryan signed. He signed one of the spines. Like, I just handed this to him and he said, oh my god, I used to have one of these back then. I was just like, oh, that's cool. And we were trying to find a place for him to sign, and I just said, oh, just sign one of the spines, that's good enough. And yeah. Special thanks to Ryan for doing that. It means a lot. He's my favorite Sonic voice actor, and I love this figure to death, so I'm happy he signed that too. Oh yeah, and these are slippers. I got this from Sonic Revolution 2, same with the Chow. And it's Sonic shoes as slippers, and I had Ryan sign one of the shoes. Very nice of him. Oh, very nice of him to do that. Some of my most prized possessions. And of course, this is originally this was like a hat made for people who pre-ordered Sonic Colors, but I think they eventually just made an Amazon listing for it. to just buy it separately on its own. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog hat, which I've worn in a few videos back then and kind of semi-recently. So, yeah, that's basically it. And that's pretty much all my physical Sonic games. I still have a few more things to show off in this video, but in terms of physical collection stuff, this is basically all it. So, yeah. Here's a few other things I have. These two are not official, but these are drawings I got from Sonic Revolution 2019 by Rhianna Dorsey, who's Bellina Productions, Stephen Page's girlfriend. She's a great artist, and I bought these two drawings off her. This is a Mania one, this is a Modern Sonic one, which I had Ryan sign. And yeah, and yes, that's a Mighty Number 9 poster. I bought the Wii U version at my local play and trade for like $6, and it had everything, including that poster, and I figured, you know what, fuck it, I'll put the poster up, even though I don't care for the game. But apart from that, these are really nice fan drawings by Rhianna. Thank you for those! Pretty sick. So moving on, this is a recreation of the President's picture frame from Shadow the Hedgehog, which has like a photo of Shadow and Sonic on it. I don't know why, I just thought this was really funny. Like, out of context, it's one of the most hilarious things ever put into a Sonic game. And I made 2 other copies of this for my 2 friends, Emmy and Michelle, and I gave it to them when I went visit them earlier this year in California. So this is my own personal copy. I just have it up right here, and yeah, it's pretty fucking hilarious. Speaking of Emmy, this is a little poster I got from her when I went visit her earlier this year. A nice little poster for advertising her channel and whatnot. Yeah, thank you, Emmy. And also another thing I got from Emmy, another thing promoting her channel from like 2019, 2018, or no, 2019. Yeah, or I think 28. I don't know. It's been a while since I got this, but it's a cute little frame. It's a bit wrinkly because the frame I bought for it wasn't perfect, so at some point I want to put in a better picture frame so it's not too rough looking. But for now it's displayable at least, so yeah. And over here, speaking of, because it's Sonic related, these aren't official, but I figured I'd show them off anyways because they're still Sonic. But this is my Sonic Revolution poster I got back in 2019 when I went. And it has a bunch of autographs on it. Some from like Ryan signed it, Emmy signed it, a ton of people signed it. Aaron Weber signed it, Alan Denton, I think he was one of the Boon Riders, I got him to sign it because fuck it. There's Rhianna and Steve's signatures, the reflective ones. If you want to look at all of them and analyze them, go ahead. But yeah, that's basically all the physical stuff. Actually, I have a few other things. One sec. Okay, 2 other things I have that are also up are, this is a Sonic little drawing I got from Emmy, my friend Emmy's good friend Dorian, who helped co-create Sonic and Tails R and whatnot. He's a great artist, so he drew this little sketch for me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And right next to it is an autograph picture I got of Ryan. And yeah, it meant a lot to me meeting him for the first time and him autographing it all. Yeah, Cooper is happening. Yeah. So thank you for that, Ryan, if you're watching somewhere for some reason. Hope we can meet again so you could sign more of my crap. But yeah. Okay. That's basically all the physical stuff I have to show off, all the stuff I have on display in my room. And I guess I'll show the digital collection now, so let's go. Alright, so first up on digital is obviously Steam. So I have basically every Sonic game that's on Steam at the moment. Like, all the Genesis ROMs are collected into this thing, the Sonic Genesis Classics Collection. Basically decently emulated versions of all the ROMs and stuff. I also have Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic Adventure 2, which I heavily modded to be better, Sonic Adventure DX, which I heavily modded to also be better, as like better SADX in the Dreamcast conversion and stuff like that. I have the first Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, but I haven't really sat down and played it for myself just yet. But it was decent. Same with Transformed. Also, Transformed got a FPS boost on Series X, which is pretty cool. Sonic CD, the best version of Sonic CD, probably. Well, it is, but yeah, this is the Whitehead port they put on Steam, and it's great. Sonic Forces, because it was on sale, so fuck it, why not? Sonic Generations, one of the best modded Sonic games ever, probably. I definitely recommend getting this game if you have a PC, especially for the modding community. It is amazing, and I feel bad that I didn't even look at a lot of PC mods, because I probably should have done that when I did my review. Anyways, Sonic Lost World. The random Steam port they made 2 years after the game release. This was the first time I got to play Sonic Lost World, and it's an okay port for an okay game. Not much else to really say. Yeah. Sonic Mania, which is now Sonic Mania Plus. This is the version that got delayed for 2 weeks, and they put in the DRM de Nouveau, which got a bunch of outcry from fans who were pissed about that. And they modded it out, but one of my friends told me they modded it out the initial PC version of Mania, but when Mania Plus came out, they put it back in secretly, and they apparently haven't modded it out. They haven't patched it out just yet, which that's concerning if it's true. But yeah, this is still a decent version. It crashes sometimes for me, especially if you play with a PS4 controller for some reason. It just has a tendency to crash. But apart from that, decent version. Oh god. Sonic 4 Episodes 1 and 2. I've said all I wanted to say about Sonic 4 Episodes 1 and 2. Though a good friend of mine, their birthday happens to be on October 7th, which was when Episode 1 came out, and when Episode 1 turned 10 last year, on their birthday I played through the entirety of the game, because I hadn't done so on Steam just yet, and when I got all 7 Chaos Emeralds, the game crashed. Which I didn't plan. It was really, really funny. But yeah, that was a fun time at least. But apart from that, Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2, mediocre, terrible, budgeted Sonic games they tried to pass off as this return to basics bullshit. Scott DeWaz actually described it the best, I probably think. But my review of it that I did back in 2018, I'm still pretty happy with, so check that out if you have not. And of course, Team Sonic Racing, I have the PC version, because why not? Probably the best version to get, even though the online community ain't too active anymore, but oh well. And yeah. Not much else to say, that's all the Steam Sonic games I have. I also have the PC versions of Heroes and Riders, but I shut those off later. I do have them somewhere on Steam, but they're on here at the moment. And this is my Xbox Series X, and every backwards compatible Sonic game that's available on it. So it has the backbone ports of Sonic 1, 2, CD, which is the Whitehead port, 3 and Knuckles, and yeah, just 3 and Knuckles, fuck it. At least they give you the option to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles on this version, even though you can't use the save files like normal. You have to use the save stage, which is really stupid. But apart from that, they're okay ports, and I hope Sonic Origins, when that comes out, will be better than the backbone ports of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. And, yeah, really praying. And of course, the 360 version of Sonic the Fighters, it's really easy to get all the achievements in this version, so, yeah. Simple, fun, arcadey, dumb game. Probably could have worded that better, but oh well. The shitty HD port of Adventure, which I don't go back to too often. I just have it because fuck it. The not amazing HD port of Sonic Adventure 2, which has audio issues and whatnot. Wish they patched those out. Not the best version, but whatever. The now best version of Sonic Unleashed to play on console. Sonic Unleashed on Xbox 360, backwards compatibility, which got a FPS boost recently, so the game runs at a damn near perfect 60 frames a second. And it's very well optimized for 60 frames compared to, you know, I'll get to it. But, yeah. If you're gonna play Sonic Unleashed and they have a Series X, get this version, because you have no excuse not to get it now. So, of course, Sonic 4, which I already discussed. This is the 360 version. It's whatever. I showed it to my good friend David. I showed him it, and he was just like, "This is the ugliest game I've ever looked at," so I shut it off. Speaking of ugly, Sonic Colors Ultimate. If this was just a base port of the Wii version in HD, uncapped frame rate, it would have been way better than what we got here I feel bad for Colors fans that they got such a horrendous port of what a lot of them claim is their favorite game, because they definitely deserve better. This was also one of the best reviewed like Sonic games probably ever. So you think that Sega would have done a better job with the company that they got to hired to like make this fucking terrible port. So I hope they keep patching it to be better, and apologies to all the Colors fans, and whenever I re-review Colors, I'm absolutely gonna be ripping this fucking horrible port apart because it deserves it. Hopefully it'll be better by the time I get to that re-review, but God. And Generations. This is a solid port of Generations, even though the FPS boost it recently got with Unleashed, it makes the game run better in terms of gameplay, but it has a few optimization issues where if you load a level, the font gets all fucked up, like you don't see the level name properly, which was an issue on the PC version too. So Sega should really think about patching Generations, because a quick patch of Generations could easily make this the best like console version to play. But apart from that, decent port. I'm glad I have it. I got every trophy on it, so yeah. Sonic 4 Episode 2. Not much else to say about it. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform. Probably the best Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing game, which recently got a FPS boost, which it really needed. So this is the best console version to play on. Of course, Series X, which yes, I do have it, if you want proof. Of course, Sonic Mania, which has the Plus DLC. I love it. Not much else to say about that. Sonic Forces. Again, not much else to say about that. And Team Sonic Racing. I do have the Xbox version, so yeah. I'm not just stuck with the Switch version or the PC version. I also have this version. I have all 4 versions, which when I show off my PS4 version collection, sorry, I can't talk. When I show off my PS4 digital collection, you'll see. So yeah, those are my Series X and Steam collections. And now let's look at my Switch version collections. Why am I so bad at talking? We're gonna look at the Switch collections I have. Fuck. Okay, so since the Switch OS is a piece of dog shit, you can't organize things in folders to see them better. So I'm gonna have to scroll down and just look at each row till we find a Sonic game, I guess. So let's do this. This is organized by playtime, so this is the ones I spent the most time playing. Sonic Mania on Switch. Decent port. Team Sonic Racing, another decent port. Sonic Forces, that was the version I used in my first review. Won't be the version I use for the re-review, I promise. Of course, Sonic 2 on Sega Ages. Decent port, probably the second best port. And of course, Sonic 1 on Sega Ages, another decent port. And I think that should be it. I'm gonna scroll down so you guys can see everything in case I missed one. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so that was the Switch collection. Now we're gonna go to PS3. Alright, so now we're gonna look at the PS3 digital collection that I have. And they're all organized in a nice little folder. So, let's see. Sonic Heroes, yes, the PS2 version. This is the PAL version, so I had to use like a PAL account to purchase and download it. The worst version of Sonic Heroes, easily. So, of course, because I have the PS2 version digitally, I technically own all 4 versions of Sonic Heroes, including the bad one. Bad port. Very poorly optimized and very clearly rushed and not finished properly. If you're gonna play Sonic Heroes, don't play the PS2 version. And if you're stuck with the PS2 version because you don't have access to any other version, then I greatly apologize to you, and I hope things get better for you. Okay. Sonic Adventure 2. This was the first version of Sonic Adventure 2 I was able to play, because I didn't have the GameCube version, and I obviously didn't have a working Dreamcast just yet. But this was the first version I got. I got every trophy on it, only to have my save file deleted by a younger nephew, so I lost all my emblems, but since then I did recollect everything on a Dreamcast, and I just get 100% save files on PC, so it's whatever. All my chow are still available on the original PlayStation Network account I have on it, so they're still there, and that's all that matters. And yeah. Sonic Adventure, the horrible, shitty HD port, the first version of Sonic Adventure I got to play. And as much as I hate Adventure DX, I think even the X fans can agree with me that this is the worst versions of Sonic Adventure. It's just like every port of Sonic Adventure just kept getting worse and worse. But despite that, this is still my personal favorite 3D Sonic game. Unleash is my favorite, like, modern Sonic game, by the way. But this is my favorite 3D Sonic game. It had a lot of good concepts and whatnot. And it's kind of a shame that these HD ports keep fucking it up more and more. And yeah. Not the best version to get, don't play this version. Sonic CD! This one doesn't have a little display for some reason. But this was the first ever version of Sonic CD I got back in 2012. I don't know why it has the wrong date. I guess I uninstalled it at some point for some reason. But yeah. The best version of Sonic CD. Definitely still get it. And I hope Sonic Origins has this version in perfect condition. And they don't fuck it up somehow. God. Sonic 2. This is the Backbone port, which is also on 360 and whatnot. Decent emulated port. Sonic 1, again, another Backbone port. Not the best version, but decent port. Again, probably my... I don't know how many copies of Sonic 1 I have, but God, it has to be at least 10 or a dozen. Of course, the HD version of Sonic the Fighters. It's really easy to get all the trophies in this version, by the way. So, yeah, simple, done, arcadey, fun game. That's all I have to say. And of course, the PS3 ports of Sonic 4 Episode 2 and Episode 1. These were the first versions of Sonic 4 I got to play. Yeah, enough said. It's Sonic 4 Episode 1 and Episode 2. It's, not too great. Because the PS4 can't do backwards compatibility with PS3, all these versions can only be played on my PS3. So, speaking of PS4, we're going to look at the last collection of digital games I have on PS4. Okay, so this is the PS4 collection, and of all the digital collections, this is the smallest one I have. So, obviously, I have Mania, Sonic Forces, and Team Sonic Racing. So, yes, I do have all 4 versions of Team Sonic Racing. So, yeah, and all 4 versions of Sonic Mania, obviously. So, yeah, that's basically all the digital versions I could count at this point in time on all my main consoles. And, yeah. So, that's basically all my digital copies of Sonic games. Okay, so while I was editing, I realized I completely forgot about the Sonic games I have on Wii/Wii U, mainly Wii. This is the digital Wii that's on my Wii U. And I transferred all my Virtual Console games onto this Wii U. And, yep. Okay. So, on Wii Virtual Console, I have 8-bit Sonic 1, 8-bit Sonic 2, Sonic Chaos, the Master System version, Sonic Spinball, the Genesis version, if you couldn't see, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles. Oh wait, hold on. Let's Super Mario Bros. Yeah, but last one I have is Sonic 3D Blast. Obviously, yeah. Those are all the ones I have on Virtual Console that I transferred to my Wii U. But we're gonna go to my homebrewed Wii because I have a few other things on there. Well, I mainly have one, but I used Homebrew to get the WiiWare version of Sonic 4. Yeah. I never owned this version, and I never bought it, but I used WiiWare to get it. I also have the other 2 on the console. I also have Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles again. I bought them again. I don't know why. But there is one last thing I do want to show off in Sonic 4, though, which I thought was interesting. So, this isn't a great port. I'd say it's probably the worst console version of Sonic 4. I mean, Sonic 4 is not a great game to begin with. But, Sonic 4 is very interesting on the WiiWare because it has one feature that I don't think any other version even has. Once I get to it. Yeah, Sega, who cares? It's trying to be classic, but it's not classic at all. Any day now. Ugh, there it is in all its 480p glory. Okay, loading game data. Look, it has save files. What? Like actual save files. What the hell? What? Huh. That's interesting, ain't it? Yeah. Why didn't any other version have save files? God, that's weird. But yeah, those are my Wii Virtual Console and homebrewed WiiWare game I have. That's Sonic, so yeah, that should be it. And of course, the last thing I wanted to show off was where I keep all the games. I have my own personal bookshelf for all of them. Also, that's the Friday the 13th movies, because they came in like this big box, and I didn't know where else to put them. I had like an empty space right there, so I figured, fuck it, put it right there. But yeah, that's basically my own personal shelf of my Sonic games, and the autographed autographed copies I have on display, like that, on the wall, right next to the Dorian drawing and Ryan Drummond other signature. But yeah, that's basically all my Sonic games, both physically and digitally. Sorry I haven't been posting on the channel lately, just been doing a lot of reflecting and other things. I'm not sure when I'll go back to doing the channel like as actively as I used to, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon. I do have a few videos maybe in the works. I have a video planned for maybe around Christmas. I'll see what happens. If nothing happens, then I didn't guarantee it. I said I thought about putting it out around Christmas, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. That's basically all I have to say. I guess the last thing I'll say is the robot on the side of this Mean Bean Machine box kind of looks like a clone trooper from a distance. From Star Wars, you know. Yeah. That's basically it. Thank you.